Hello. I wanted to do another roast, but this time I wanted to roast my good friend and cousin, Edward Lee Alexander. And he means the world to me. And I think our relationship over the years has been a mutual admiration for each other. I believe he has looked up to me in the past and been envious of me, and I have been envious of him. And there's just a mutual admiration there going on between me and him. At least that's how I want to describe it, because I think Eddie has done very well with his life, and I am so proud of him. And I was always spoiled, as you know. And Eddie would come up and he'd see all my Nintendo games, and I had a refrigerator in my bedroom and kept Pop in it, and had a TV and all these great things that I took for granted. Uh, he would remind me how lucky I was to have those things. And Eddie had stuff like that came and went in his life, but you know, uh, they'd move around a lot, and he grew up there on that big farm at Kirby Knob, and then they lived in a trailer park in Berea, and a lot of times you lose stuff in moves and things. So his stuff came and went, and it came back again. But he's done a good job of reacquiring things, and been a good cousin to me. I remember his mom Rose bought him a little cross necklace, and I said that I liked it, and she went and bought me one, and I think I was 7 or 8 years old, and I really appreciate and that necklace. That meant a lot to me, and I might still have it. I don't know. I'd have to look for it, but I know I had it for a really long time. And Mom had some necklaces that she bought when we went out west, and I think it hung on a nail with those necklaces she got out west, but I don't know where they're at now, because I've had to move a lot of stuff. But I really appreciate it, and I've got it somewhere. And me and Eddie, we always play down there at Granny's, and we'd run around the house, and he'd always be able to run a little faster than I could, and I tried to wrestle him to the ground and push him into the trailer. Anything I could do to try to get outrun him, and it didn't matter what I did, he could outrun me. So we always had fun, and in Granny's front yard, there's these two big trees, and there was, I think they were crawdad holes, is what I think they were, but we didn't know what they were when we were kids, and there's just these little piles of dirt around these holes with water in them, and we were afraid there might be a snake down in there or something, and we'd get sticks and poke down in them holes, and and have fun doing that, exploring. And Granny had a big chestnut tree in the yard, and we couldn't ever go out in the yard barefoot or nothing, because we'd step on one of them chestnut hulls, and boy, that didn't feel too good. And Leanna always ended up getting stuck by them and stuff, and we knew to stay clear of it. But Eddie was always a hard worker. I know that Tom Jr. go down there and get Eddie and take him over there to his house, and Eddie helped him put a fence all the way around his house, and he'd take it and use a post hole digger all day long, helping Junior. And Junior ended up taking him to out on his boat, and they'd go fishing and stuff like that. But I felt like Eddie deserved a lot more for all that he did. But he's a really good cousin, and he doesn't want to accept anything hardly, when he should accept a lot of stuff because he deserves it. I don't know why, but a lot of my memories of Eddie revolve around food. I remember him coming up when I was a young lad, a young teenager, and we went to Irvin Stop and Save, I believe is the name of it, or Shop and Save, something like that. And we got us a bunch of New York strip steaks and grilled them out on the grill. And Eddie was with us, and we had us a big feast. And I put some potatoes in Reynolds wrap and put them on the grill and grilled them with them steaks. And man, that was good eating. I enjoyed it, and I know Eddie did, because he's a good eater, like all of us Combses and Alexanders, whatever you want to call us. We love to eat, and I love it when I'm eating with Eddie, because it feels good to be around someone that enjoys themselves. And he always has. And I remember him coming up, and I believe Tom Jr. was with him, and he bought some really hot dogs. I mean, I don't know if they had a habanero or what in them, but man, they would set you on fire if you ate one of these hot dogs. And they had like a red skin that went around them. And he got a pack of them for us to cook on the grill. And we had one of the neighbors' dogs came around. We was sitting at that picnic table, and we threw out one of them hot dogs for that dog to eat. And man, he got set on fire, son. Oh, we shouldn't have done it, I guess, but boy, that dog, he ate it. I tell you that, he ate it, and it took him a couple of tries to eat it all, but he got it down. Man, I remember them burning us up. But that was some good times, you know. And Eddie has always in the recent past anyway, worked up there at that big Baptist church in Richmond, and he helps individuals that's been on drugs and things draw closer to God, and has helped them in their walk, trying to rehabilitate and get off them drugs. And a lot of them are on them Suboxone or whatever it's called, and he gives them encouragement and works with them. And I'll tell you one thing: everybody that if they have any reason to look down on Eddie, you better be careful, because I assure you, I promise you, that when we all get to heaven, I will be surprised if Eddie doesn't have more stars in his crown than what I have and what you have, because he has really reached out and helped others. And I believe that with all my heart. And I love Eddie. There's no one that, in my opinion, is closer to God than he is. Because I believe the Bible says, for who much is forgiven, much is loved, or something like that. But he has really done well and really moved up in his life. He's a great brother. He's a great cousin. He's a great son. He does all sorts of things to help out with his mother, Rose. And he is, I can't say enough good things about Eddie. I love him from the bottom of my foot to the top of my head. I love Eddie. One of the things I really remember about Eddie is how much he loved our grandmother. And he did a lot to help take care of my grandmother, Flora Alexander, when Hazel was taking care of her. He'd come down there and help out, and him and Granny would smoke, and Granny had one of these really tall, fancy ashtrays, that old people had, and they'd sit there and smoke and talk, and he had a really good relationship with her. And I remember when she passed away, I was 15, and Eddie, he's a couple of years older than me. He might have been 17 at the time. I can't remember exactly the age. But after she was lowered into the ground, all of us cousins put a shovel full of dirt in on the grave, and I took it as a ceremonial type deal, like breaking ground, and the top executives of a company, when they're building a new factory or something, they'll come out there and they'll shovel out a shovel of dirt as a symbol that they're getting ready to do something big, at that spot. I believe that the president LBJ, Lyndon Baines Johnson. I believe he was vice president at the time. He hadn't become president yet, but he broke ground at EKU for Alumni Coliseum. But Eddie, he just about filled that grave up with a shovel all by himself. And it hurt him so bad when Granny died. And I'll never forget that about Eddie. And I love him, and he was a much better grandson to Flora than I ever was. And he loved her. And that's what I'll always remember about Eddie, is how much he loved our grandmother. But he's a great cousin. And he's the only cousin I have that really comes and visits. And I can't tell you how much that means to me. That he'll come and we'll watch a movie or whatever. And we'll talk. And there's few people that have your back the way Eddie does. Well, Eddie, I wish I had more that I could say, but this really isn't an Eddie story, but I'll throw it in here anyway. I remember Ellen May, her daddy, he bought about 2 pounds of pickle loaf, and for his sandwiches to take to work. And Ellen May got her a slice of that pickle loaf, and she couldn't stay out of it. And she ate that whole bag of deli meat that Wibby had got, and it made her sicker than a dog, son. And that's a story we always heard about Ellen. And man, I did the same thing when I was growing up, only mine was a big pan of meatloaf. Mom made a big pan of meatloaf, and I got me cut the end of it off, and Dad came in and wanted to go into town, go grocery shopping or something, and while they were gone, I about ate that whole pan of meatloaf by myself, and I got sicker than a dog, son. There's a lot of grease in a meatloaf. Whew. Well, anyway, Eddie, I love you. I hope you continue on the path that you're on, because you're on a great path. You're in a position to help people. You're walking closer to God than any of us have, because you're doing more for Him, and you're helping people, and people are blessed because of you and because of what you do each and every day. And I love you. I'll see you later. Bye.